Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm Tina Jha. On 2nd October 2014, the Swachh Bharat mission was launched to make India open defecation free in the next 5 years. The target to achieve universal sanitation coverage was set for the year 2019, the year that marks the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, who wanted to make sanitation a priority for India more than a century ago. So with the aim to end the widespread practice of open defecation, build more toilets and also improve waste management, India is now in the final stretch of achieving 100% open defecation free status. Between the year 2000 to 2017, the South Asian region as a whole, including India, accounted for almost 3/4 of the population who stopped defecating in the open, and a significant number of those lived in the country. India's Swachh Bharat mission has been an example and inspiration to other countries who lag behind in the race to reduce open defecation. In fact, a UNICEF report has also found that the Swachh Bharat mission has led to reduced groundwater contamination. Today in In Depth, we talk about the findings of the UNICEF on India's sanitation drive and its environmental impact on water, soil as well as food. Besides, we also discuss the progress made by India in achieving 100% ODF status and the challenges that stand in the way of sustaining it. So back in 2014, when the government launched the Swachh Bharat mission, its priority was to end the practice of open defecation. The aim of the campaign was to achieve the vision of Swachh Bharat by 2nd October 2019. And now, as the massive movement seeks to achieve a clean India and nears completion in a couple of months, we look at the program's progress in the country.
Officially launched on October 2, 2014, the government's Swachh Bharat mission covers both rural and urban India to achieve universal sanitation coverage. The objectives of the mission include eliminating open defecation through construction of 90 million or 9 crore toilets in rural India by October 2, 2019. The mission is India's largest cleanliness drive to date, with 3 million government employees and students from across India participating in over 4,000 cities, towns and rural areas. According to the latest government figures, the program has achieved its target well in time. More than 9 crore toilets have been constructed across the country till February this year under the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. The government has also declared over 5,65,000 villages and 619 districts open defecation free. Besides, 30 states and union territories have also declared themselves open defecation free, taking the national rural sanitation coverage up from 39% in 2014 to over 98% as of now.
We have completed around 98-99% the households, and there may be some new settlements might be coming up. We will address them also and we will complete that as per the target.
Under the Swachh Bharat Urban Mission, over 57 lakh individual toilets and over 4.8 lakh community and public toilets have been built in urban areas. Over 4,000 cities have also declared themselves to be open defecation free. The states and union territories that have been declared ODF are Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Chandigarh, Chhattisgarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Kerala, Lakshadweep, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Puducherry, Punjab, Rajasthan, Sikkim, Tamil Nadu and Uttarakhand.
Gujarat, Haryana and Kerala, almost Sikkim got quite long back, Arunachal, all states have done well. 18-19 states they have figured very well, including few UTs.
Other government initiatives include inter-ministerial collaboration for the mission. These include the Namami Gange program that plans to make villages on the banks of the Ganga open defecation free. The Swachhata Action Plan is a separate budget head created by all ministries. In the financial year 2017-18, 77 ministries committed funds worth 12,468.62 crore rupees for their SAPs. Swachh Swasth Sarvatra is a joint initiative between the Water and Sanitation and the Health Ministry. And the Swachh Iconic Places is a multi-stakeholder initiative focusing on cleaning up 100 places across India that are iconic due to their heritage, religious and/or cultural significance. The World Health Organization estimates that the mission could save over 3 lakh lives if the government can reach its stated goal of 100% toilet coverage, but challenges towards achieving full rural sanitation persist. While the government has succeeded in building toilets, a significant number of people still prefer to defecate in the open as a matter of routine. Lack of water and absence of clean toilets are other major reasons for toilets not being used. With inputs from Vipul Agrawal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Water scarcity affects 40% people around the world. In the year 2011, as many as 41 countries experienced water stress. Clean water and sanitation, therefore, have been adopted as the 6th Sustainable Development Goal in the 17 Global Goals 2030 declared by UNDP. In our next report, let's take a look at what this goal is all about and India's progress towards achieving this Sustainable Development Goal towards sanitation and cleanliness.
The severity of the global water crisis can be assessed from the fact that clean water and sanitation has been adopted as the 6th Sustainable Development Goal in the 17th Global Goals 2030 declared by UNDP. India's growing population and not so efficient agricultural practices are putting a severe strain on natural resources, in particular water. According to the United Nations, every year millions of people, most of them children, die from diseases associated with inadequate water supply, sanitation and hygiene. Through Goal 6, countries of the world have resolved to achieve universal access to safe drinking water and adequate sanitation and hygiene to all in the next 15 years. The overall proportion of Indian households with access to improved water sources increased from 68% in 1992-93 to 89.9% in 2015-16. However, in 2015-16, 63.3% of rural households and 19.7% of urban households were not using improved sanitation facilities. There are targets for achieving Goal 6 by 2030. Achieve universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. Achieve access to adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all and end open defecation. Must also pay special attention to the needs of women and girls and those in vulnerable situations. Improve water quality by reducing pollution, eliminating dumping and minimizing release of hazardous chemicals and materials, reducing the proportion of untreated wastewater and sustainably increasing recycling and safe reuse globally. Sustainably increase water use efficiency across all sectors and ensure sustainable withdrawals and supply of fresh water to address water scarcity and sustainably reduce the number of people suffering from water scarcity. Implement integrated water resources management at all levels, including through transboundary cooperation as appropriate. Protect and restore water-related ecosystems, including mountains, forests, wetlands, rivers, aquifers, and lakes. Expand international cooperation and capacity building support to developing countries in water and sanitation-related activities and programs, including water harvesting, desalinization, water efficiency, wastewater treatment, recycling and reuse technologies. Support and strengthen the participation of local communities in improving water and sanitation management. Ensuring access to safe and affordable drinking water for all requires investment in adequate infrastructure. Provide sanitation facilities and encourage hygiene at every level. Protecting and restoring water-related ecosystems such as forests, mountains, wetlands and rivers is essential for mitigating water scarcity. With inputs from Vipul Agrawal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
A UN report has noted a massive reduction in open defecation among Indian households, largely due to the impetus given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Swachh Bharat mission. India now figures among the top 10 countries that have reduced open defecation by more than 20 percentage points. In our next report, let's take a look at the UN study and India's progress on Sustainable Development Goals.
Given its population size, India has a crucial role in achieving sustainable development goals. And in this direction, the latest report by the United Nations is hugely significant. The report says there is a huge reduction in open defecation among Indian households. 650 million people in India have given up the practice in the 2000 to 2017 time frame, with the added impetus in recent years. India figures among top 16 countries that have reduced open defecation by over 20 percentage points since 2000. The first is Ethiopia, followed by Cambodia, India, Nepal, Laos, Mozambique, Somalia, Cabo Verde, Pakistan and Sudan. The global population practicing open defecation halved from 1.3 billion to 673 million. 23 countries have kept defecation rates below 1% and are classed as reaching near elimination.
Now actually, in case of the Swachh Bharat mission, we launched the program in October 2014 for construction of the toilets, household toilets in the villages. The target is to construct around 1.65 crore toilet, and by now we have constructed around 90 lakhs toilets, and we will be completing all by 2019, October 2019. This has contributed greatly because you see, otherwise the people, those who are going for open defecation, they were contaminating the soil, they are contaminating the groundwater, they are also contaminating the surface water. Recently, a UNICEF study of April, which got released in April 2019, that speaks the contamination in the groundwater is 12.7 times higher in case of the non-ODF villages as compared to ODF villages. ODF means those are open defecation free villages where the people are not going for the open toilet and all. Not only this, even the pots, those are kept inside the houses, there also the contamination level of human bacteria was 2.48 times higher. Similarly, in piped water supply, it was 2.4 times higher. So actually this has really helped a lot in reducing the infant mortality, and also it has helped a lot in stunting where the children are not developing fully.
India in particular is experiencing a toilet building revolution. Before Prime Minister Narendra Modi came to power, just under 40% of the country's population had access to a household toilet. He promised to change that by investing under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Clean India campaign in October 2014. According to the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, the plan has proven hugely successful, and coverage stands at 99.22% as of 2019.
हमने केवल सैनिटेशन के बारे में चर्चा की और किस तरह से इस सैनिटेशन इन रिपोर्ट्स के माध्यम से कि किस तरह से जो गांव ओडीएफ होने के कारण से किस तरह से वाटर रिसोर्सेज और लैंड रिसोर्सेज के कंटामिनेशन को हमने रोकने में कामयाबी पाई। इन रिपोर्ट्स में भी चर्चा की गई होगी शायद, और जो वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की पिछले वर्ष रिपोर्ट आई थी कि इस ओडीएफ करने मात्र के माध्यम से हम जो वेक्टर बोर्न डिजीजेस के कारण से 3 लाख लोग देश में हर साल अपनी जिंदगी खो बैठते थे, उनको जान से बचाना, उनकी जिंदगी बचाने का काम सहज भाव से जिस दिन ये 100% पूरा होगा, और मुझे लगता है कि उसमें तो वो स्वर्णमयी सूरज उदित होने में, वो गोल्डन जो है सनराइज में सिर्फ 2 महीने 3 महीने का समय हमारे पास में, और उस समय तक हम निश्चित रूप से कर पाएंगे।
Recently, on World Environment Day on 5th June, Union Minister for Jal Shakti Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar released third-party studies conducted on Swachh Bharat mission commissioned by UNICEF and the Bill and Melinda Gates. Praising the Swachh Bharat mission for bringing a reduction in groundwater contamination, he said the WHO 2018 study had estimated the Swachh Bharat mission will save over 3 lakh lives by the time India is open defecation free.
सारा कूड़ा करकट और शौच पूरा का पूरा नदियों में जाता था, इसलिए गंगा भी और बाकी सभी नदियां भी गंदी हुई। लेकिन 3 साल में 4 साल में गंगा में भी, क्योंकि औद्योगिक प्रदूषण भी जाता था, फिर ये शौच और ह्यूमन वेस्ट भी जाता था और एग्रीकल्चर वेस्ट भी जाता था। इन तीनों कारणों से गंगा मैली होती है। तो इसमें तीनों में जो पिछले 4 साल में काम हुआ, इसका परिणाम दुनिया ने देखा। 12 साल पहले हुए कुंभ का और इस बार हुए कुंभ में पानी की क्वालिटी इतनी अच्छी थी कि बहुत ही लोगों ने उसको वर्णन किया। यह सफलता है स्वच्छ भारत आंदोलन की।
Launched in 2014, Swachh Bharat mission, the report notes, has led to rapid reduction in open defecation in rural areas. Between 2000 to 2014, open defecation decreased by 3 percentage points per year. From 2015 to 2019, it came down by over 12 percentage points every year. Under the environmental impact of the Swachh Bharat mission on water, soil and food by UNICEF, groundwater samples were studied from ODF and non-ODF villages of Odisha, Bihar and West Bengal. The study found that in terms of fecal contamination, non-ODF villages were on average 11.25 times more likely to have groundwater contaminated, 1.13 times more likely to have soil contaminated, 1.48 times more likely to have food contaminated, and 2.68 times more likely to have household drinking water contaminated. The findings indicated that these reductions may potentially be attributed to the improvement in sanitation and hygiene practices and supportive systems like regular monitoring and behavior change messaging, which have been critical in Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen. With input from Vipul Agrawal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Going to the toilet is believed to be as simple and natural as breathing. However, for millions of people across the globe, it is a daily nightmare. About 2.3 billion people in the world do not have access to clean, safe and reliable toilets. But in India, in the last 5 years, more than 9 crore toilets have been built and more than 5.6 lakh villages have been declared open defecation free. Although certain challenges still stand in the way of India marching towards 100% ODF status. We leave you with this report that talks about the challenges and possible solutions to these problems. Thank you for your time.
India is close to attaining the important goal of universal sanitation coverage. The government told Parliament in February that 27 out of India's 36 states and union territories are now open defecation free. 98.6% of Indian households have access to toilets. In the last 5 years, more than 9 crore toilets have been built under the Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen that was launched in 2014. However, despite this, India is still hanging on the last step of the ladder to be declared an open defecation-free country. There are multiple challenges that prevent it from achieving the 100% open defecation-free status. The major factor relates to behavioral change that generally arise from Puritan religious beliefs of people. Many people view toilets as impure and refrain from installing them on household premises. Most defecate in the open as they have grown accustomed to it since their childhood. Although there has been a significant change in recent years, the mindset of not building a toilet within the household still persists. Experts suggest to overcome this, toilets must be projected as a trend rather than forcing them as a prescription.
It's a people's driven move. In case of the ODF villages, as we are seeing in various campaigns also, this is the household those are there in the people, those who are living in the house, they should be concerned that why they should go in a shameful manner outside, however it should be inside. It is also affecting to their health. So this was a great challenge, because the behavior change is to be made to the people. The people were from ages were in habit of going in the open. They were compelled to follow some hygienic standard and to follow some hygiene. So this is there. Now I think it is not much a great challenge, and by 2019 October we are going to cover 100%. The ODF will be there. All the villages will be open defecation free.
So what are
Another crucial factor affecting sanitation coverage is fecal sludge management. Merely building new toilets will not change the game. The country needs to move beyond and take steps towards efficient fecal sludge management for a safer environment which does not pose any threat to the health of its people. After the construction of toilets is complete, steps must be taken to establish a monitoring system to ensure the toilets are emptied regularly when they fill up and waste is decomposed safely and not nearby rivers or oceans. For toilets to prevent diseases, they need to be part of an integrated sanitation approach that includes water supply, water connections as well as waste management. In rural areas, focus is needed on Panchayati Raj institutions that can be used to promote sustainable sanitation practices and creation of public supported frameworks of organic disposal and utilization of human waste. Students must be taught about the importance of sanitation right from childhood. School textbooks should include chapters on sanitation. People need to be made aware about the importance of defecating in toilets. Further, there is need to ensure that both ODF practices and the ODF status of an area is sustained properly. Construction of toilets, aided by local administrations or urban local bodies, must be complemented by upkeep. People of an ODF area have to be discouraged from not going back to unsanitary habits. Be it panchayat meetings in villages or municipality meetings in cities, ODF sustainability and its significance must be constantly reiterated in such gatherings. Concerned authorities should discuss cases of open defecation in an ODF village or city regularly and take action to ensure such incidents are not repeated and plans adopted to keep the ODF status of the area intact. Fines or penalties on violators should be encouraged to ensure sanctity of an ODF area village is not broken. Besides task forces put together to motivate people for toilet construction, a team of individuals can be put together to work towards ODF sustainability.
Open defecation was a source of contamination. The element of bacteria was available in the soil, it was there in the groundwater, it was there in surface water, and also it was there in the air. Now actually when it has become open defecation free, those bacteria is not there in the groundwater. Means I am not saying they got, but it has been drastically minimized in groundwater, it has minimized in surface water, it has minimized in the food samples. So actually it is greatly affecting to our health and the health of the children. Those are more vulnerable to the contamination.
With over 5.5 lakh villages and 615 districts declared ODF, it is only the first step towards cleaning up the country. Sustaining the ODF status will be the true test for the Swachh Bharat mission. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.